Ciao, welcome back to ARR Education. My name is Reshman. So finally, I have launched the final part of nutrition in animals. After this video, you will have full knowledge on nutrition in animals. So let us start. So let us learn about tongue now. Tongue is a muscular organ that helps in mixing of food with saliva, as you know. It is found in the mouth. It also helps to roll the chewed food into a ball known as bolus. It is pushed towards the mouth and swallowed. The tongue has taste buds on its surface through which we taste things. So it is also a sense organ. So without the tongue, we can neither taste nor roll the food into a bolus. The tongue rolls the food into the bolus as I just said. After this, where does the bolus go? What happens with it? The bolus passes into the food pipe, or you can say the esophagus. But what prevents this bolus from entering the windpipe, you ask? A flap-like structure called epiglottis prevents the food from entering the windpipe. But when you talk while eating, the epiglottis can't prevent the food from entering the windpipe. So you are always told not to speak while eating. Well, this esophagus connects mouth to the stomach. The food is pushed down by the movement of the wall of the food pipe in a wave-like motion. This movement is called peristaltic movement. This movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal and pushes downwards. And this is the peristaltic movement. So the esophagus is also an important component in the alimentary canal as it connects other two important organs in the same canal. The esophagus connects the mouth with the stomach. So let us talk about the stomach now. The stomach is a muscular, thick-walled organ which helps in digestion. Its shape is like a flattened U and it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. It receives food from the food pipe or the esophagus at one end, and at the other end, it sends partially digested food to the small intestine. So, what happens in the stomach, you ask, other than receiving the food and sending the food? Digestion happens in the stomach. So, let us talk about it. The inner lining of the stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive juices. Yeah, it does secrete hydrochloric acid. The mucus protects the lining of the stomach from the hydrochloric acid. So, what does the hydrochloric acid do? The food has at least a little of bacteria on it, even if how much of hygiene you maintain. So, this hydrochloric acid kills the bacteria and makes the medium in the stomach acidic and helps the digestive juices break down the proteins into simpler substances. So, not only killing the bacteria, it even helps in digestion indirectly. Yeah, but if hygiene is maintained badly, definitely the hydrochloric acid can't kill the bacteria and the excretory system can't remove all the wastes. So that's a note for you. Well, finally, the food is made into a semi solid called chyme, which is then passed to small intestine for further digestion. So let us now come to digestion and absorption in small intestine. First, let us talk about what is small intestine. The small intestine is highly called digestive organ and is about 7 meter long. Look how coiled the small intestine is. In the small intestine, the digestion is completed and absorption is almost completed. It receives digestive juices from the accessory organs, liver and pancreas. Besides, its wall also secretes juices. The liver secretes a digestive juice named bile that is stored in a sac called gallbladder. It is released into the small intestine whenever necessary, and other time it is just stored in the gallbladder. The bile helps to digest fats. The pancreatic juice secreted by the pancreas acts on the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins and changes them into simpler forms. The partly digested food then reaches the lower part of the small intestine where the intestinal juice completes the digestion. Now let us talk about the absorption carried out in the small intestine. So as I said, absorption is almost completed in the small intestine. Let us learn about it. What is that almost? The digested food in the small intestine can pass through the walls of the small intestine. They can reach the blood through the blood vessels and get absorbed. So, as this food is digested, it has already broken down into simple nutrients that can be assimilated by the body or utilized by the body, so they can now enter the blood. So, they do it. The inner walls of the small intestine have thousands of finger like outgrowths, and these outgrowths are called villi. You can see this, these are the that outgrowths. So each outgrowth is known as villus, which is the singular form of villi, and if it's plural it's villi. Each villus has a network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface. Like, see, one villus is only very small, and it has again another network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface. So, like you can understand, during absorption and some other processes, the blood vessels, all that things used for it can be so small so that the process is carried out very efficiently. So the surface of the villi absorbs the digested food materials. So this villi increases the surface area in the small intestine because there are many outgrowths. Normal small intestine surface is also there, villi surface is also there. So there is more surface, so that means there can be more absorption, and that means in less time more nutrients can be absorbed. That's why there are villi, and the food that remains undigested and unabsorbed enters into the large intestine. Now let us come to absorption in the large intestine. The large intestine is an organ which is wider but shorter than the small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter long, unlike small intestine which is 7 meter long. Its function is to absorb water and some salts from the undigested food material. After that, the undigested food and waste finally pass into the rectum and get stored in the rectum. So when the time comes, the wastes are removed from the anus, through the anus actually I should say. So this process of removal of wastes and undigested food from the body is called defecation. Let us talk about assimilation now. By the way, if you forgot what is assimilation is the process of utilization of digested food from the body to generate energy. Coming to the point, the digested food enters the blood in the small intestine through the bloodstream, as I said. The undigested food material is used up by the body in many ways. The glucose which is made using the digested food is used to get energy through the process of respiration. Wait, by the way, if you want to know more about respiration, I check out the link in the description. I made a video on respiration also. In that I have covered everything. And coming back to assimilation or uses of food we eat, the use of every nutrient to nutrient, every type of nutrient to nutrient. Fats are broken down into simpler substances and used as a source of energy, and excess fats are stored, which makes you fat. Literally. Simpler substances from the breakdown of proteins help in growth and repair of cells and synthesis of proteins and hormones. Well, you can note down all these points. So now nutrition in humans has been completed. Now, why don't we start with nutrition in ruminants? Cows, buffaloes, and other grass eating animals are known as ruminants as they chew continuously even when they are not eating. This happens because they quickly swallow the grass and again bring back the grass to their mouth for chewing. Yes, you heard it right. They bring back the food to the mouth for chewing again. They store the grass in a part of the stomach called rumen. By the way, ruminants have four stomachs. Here in the rumen, the food gets partially digested and is called cud. It's not curd, it's cud. This cud enters the second stomach reticulum. But later, the cud returns to the small lumps, an animal chews it and it sends it back to the third stomach omasum, or directly it is sent back to the third stomach depending on how much is the food digested. So that means there are two possibilities. The curd or the food is sent back to the mouth for more chewing if it hasn't been digested as much as it should have. Or second possibility, the curd is sent back to the omasum, which is the third stomach. This only happens when the food, or you can say the curd, is properly digested. So it is properly digested, but 100%, 99% it's difficult. And if it does happen, it is sent to the omasum, or again go to the mouth, or it comes to the omasum. Okay, now let us come to the third stomach, omasum itself, as we just talked about it a little. In the omasum, the water in the food is absorbed. But what about the secretion of digestive juices? The digestive juices are secreted in the fourth stomach, abomasum. As digestive juices are secreted in the abomasum, it is known as the true stomach. But still, we consider the rumen, the reticulum, and omasum as stomachs. The digested food finally enters small intestine after hours of traveling between the mouth and the stomach. Here, further digestion of food takes place. So, the digestive juices are secreted by liver and pancreas into small intestine, and absorption takes place just like absorption in humans. Large intestine absorbs water and some salts from the undigested food material, and undigested food is excreted through the rectum and the anus finally. The grass is rich in cellulose, a type of carbohydrate. Many animals, including humans, cannot digest cellulose. In ruminants, this cellulose of the food is digested by the action of certain bacteria which aren't present in humans. Many times, other bacteria also help in some body functions. There can be good bacteria and even bad bacteria. In humans also, there are some other good bacteria about which we just didn't learn in this chapter. That's why they didn't come into your notice. But one thing to remember is that a bacteria good to a kind of species can't be good for other organisms. But a bad bacteria is always bad bacteria. So this is a diagram of the alimentary canal in a cow, which is a ruminant. So you can think this is the alimentary canal of a ruminant. Okay guys, so finally nutrition in animals is complete. I will be releasing more videos of chapters like this, and don't forget to Like, share, and comment this video for me and your friends, because this can be helpful for them also. And subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon so that you can watch more videos like this and gain more knowledge to get good marks. You can watch this video again to be even more clear. Hope you like this video. Bye and have a great day.